The following is an original Livin' podcast.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it did feel a little bit weird to not watch a cup race this weekend due to Easter weekend, but we also have we had Trucks and O'Reilly's take action at the Rockingham Speedway, and ladies and gentlemen, of course, in the most Rockingham style, we had ourselves some pretty good action, and we're going to cover it all on this episode of Gamers Talk NASCAR. As always, I'm Elijah Leonard here with you. To the left of me, that is Wyatt Walker, and to the bottom, that is Slifer. Unfortunately, Nathan Stapleton will not be joining us this week. I'm pretty sure he has some other obligations that he is dealing with, but hopefully next week, Stapleton should be here. But Wyatt, Sly, what's going on, gentlemen? How we doing?
Oh, nothing much. A little
I'm here.
precursor, a little bit of information going out. There's a chance that I will not be here next week because many of you may not know this, but outside this, me and my buddy are going to New York to sing at a choir at like Carnegie Hall. So, and I
Oh yeah, I
believe that will
remember
be,
that.
Oh, yeah.
and I believe that will be on Monday. I don't know if it'll be on Monday. I don't remember what day on top of my head. But I know I'll be in New York by then. So there will be a chance that I will not be here next.
Well, how about that, though? I mean, that's definitely a pretty fun experience. I know you've talked about that in the past, especially off stream, off camera, even off OBS, off the podcasting set, if you will.
Just say off of social media.
Off social media, pretty much.
There we go.
But
Yeah.
but either way, the point remains the same. Hopefully it is fun, and you definitely have yourself a good time. But that's Wyatt's news. As far as mine, we have talked about the definite rebrand of the 11 Podcasts YouTube channel. This is actually something that I'm excited to bring, and that news will be coming this Saturday, April the 11th. If you're not in the 11 Discord server, do me a big favor. Go to the YouTube channel. Go to the 11 Podcast YouTube channel. There should be a beacons link at the very top. Be sure to go join the Discord. I don't know if there should be a link down in the description. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to go down there, join the Discord. I will be revealing the news as to what the new name and the new artwork for the 11 Podcast YouTube channel is going to be, especially the new name. But I will also say, as far as, everything, as far as that type of news, it is going to be something that I feel even people that have been around for a very, very long time, I think they might be happy with this change. And dare I say, at least the names, if you will, might prove to have a little bit of nostalgia. But we'll definitely reveal that on Saturday, April the 11th. And there really is no set time. So just be sure to keep an eye on that Discord. If you have not joined the 11 Discord, again, please, I highly encourage that you do so, because that is going to be a hell of a time. It is going to be a hell of a time. But ladies and gentlemen, I think that's the only set of news that I have. With that said, let's go ahead and get into the Rockingham weekend. We had the Truck Series and the O'Reilly Series here for this weekend. Cup was off because of Easter. So, with that said, gentlemen, what did we think of this whole entire weekend?
It was interesting, to say the least. I know we really don't talk about this one series, and I did mention it before we started recording. Why it's like, oh God, here we go. Stapleton would be proud of me for bringing this up, but
I'm getting a drink.
Get the strongest one you've got.
But, I do got to mention with Cletus, for not having a whole lot of seat time. Granted, in an ARCA car, O'Reilly car, a Craftsman truck, he's been holding his own from finishing fourth in a ARCA car Granted, still a stock car.
Yeah.
To finishing 32nd in the O'Reilly race with the car in one piece. He did everything that he said he was going to pretty much do. And hats off to him for it. And Allgaier I was watching on a YouTube short from Front Stretch that did an interview with him. He had nothing bad to say about Cletus during that race. So,
All right.
but overall, it was a good race.
Wyatt, let's shift over to your thoughts. What did you think of the whole weekend between trucks and O'Reilly's?
I gotta be honest with you. I didn't really watch a lot of it, not by my choosing, just by like stuff ended up happening for me to not watch. I
Hmm.
saw little bits and pieces. I saw that the O'Reilly race was pretty racy. Got to see my first little glimpse of the racing for the O'Reilly. It was pretty good. Got to see driver I picked to win lead some laps. Pretty good. But other than that, didn't get to watch. Had to work afterwards, so didn't get to see the finish. But I enjoy I enjoyed it. What little I saw.
It's actually pretty crazy to say, by the way, or not really. Not really. No surprise here that Toyota sweeps the weekend. First off, no surprise that Corey Heim goes back to back in the starts that he's made in the truck series this year. He's getting ready to make another one when we go to Bristol. We'll get to that here towards the end of the show. But shifting over to the O'Reilly's race, Joe Gibbs Racing has been on top of everything. Whether if you look at Brandon Jones, I mean, he's been on a tear. Brent Cruz almost won. But the guy I want to talk about here is William Sawalich. You know, a lot of the slack that we gave him last year in his rookie campaign, where he's had a great start and then faded away and then sort of brought it back towards the tail end of the year. He carried that momentum into this year, and admittedly so, as much doubt as I had, he did show up. He was consistent. Well, this past weekend at Rockingham, it finally paid off, and he nabbed his first career O'Reilly Auto Parts Series win out of all places, Rockingham. And man, I mean, I'm happy to see that. Not really a win that I was really expecting, given the fact that William Sawalich, as far as O'Reilly's has been concerned, it really hasn't treated him all that well. But I feel like with this season, this could be a good turnaround for him. I mean, I'm not saying that this win is going to be the one that's going to be like, oh, he's going to go on a winning spree. This could be one of a few this year. We'll see.
Out of all the years that I've watched NASCAR, I've always known Rockingham to be one of the toughest semi-short tracks. And obviously even did with iRacing. It is actually tough driving on that track.
Yeah.
And if you can conquer that one, I think your season's going to start going up. May not be quick. It may be slow.
I'm gonna add on to what you're saying about that. For do good at that track, your career's going to get better. That brings up like the other two drivers who led the most I'd say the most laps. More the top three people who led the laps. You mentioned y'all's. Everyone's winner besides me picked to win was Corey Day. Besides me.
Yeah.
Everyone's went, and Corey Day proved that after he led like 113 laps. Brent Cruz, the person I picked, he led 30 laps. Bad pit decision by his crew chief. Still don't know why that happened, but okay. But even then, he had good speed up there. The winner William Sawalich was always up there. those are top. Those are one of the three names. Like two drivers who led a lot, and then the person who won. That it shows. If you're backing up what you're saying about that, like hell, that sorry, I'm messing up my words, but y'all get what I'm trying to say though.
Your
Yeah.
mic's doing that for
Showing
you.
how, yeah, fuck you. Oh, screw y'all. Anyways, uh, anyways, that shows like how tough that track is and how much those three young guys are doing good. This shows promise in the next few weeks for those three. We may get another first time winner between Corey Day with either one of those rookies of Corey Day and Brent Cruz here in a few.
One other guy that I do want to give a good tip of the cap to here is somebody that actually has been doing well the last couple of weeks. LeVar Scott. There is a clip from this past weekend at Rockingham where he went from, I think, within 35-ish laps to go, going from 36th or something all the way up to 15th position within that small handful of laps. This is he did go on to finish 15th, by the way. But LeVar Scott, man, let me tell you something. If this is he's been catching my eye the last few weeks. I mean, this goes as far back as Coda. But if he is able to keep this momentum up, this momentum of consistency and good finishes up, I do have a really good feeling that LeVar Scott is going to be somebody that is going to get a legit shot at, running with the big boys and, on a daily basis and running and winning races left and right. The winning conversation is going to be a bit of a sketchy one because we haven't seen LeVar Scott, run up there with, as far as O'Reilly's is concerned, guys like Brandon Jones, Justin Allgaier, Taylor Gray, Ryan Sieg. We haven't seen him run up there with those guys yet, but I do have a really good feeling that if he's able to keep this consistency up, and if Alpha Prime is able to continue to build off of that success that LeVar Scott has been able to put together over the last few weeks, he would be a really good topic of conversation when it comes to being a legit dark horse.
I forgot what lap it was. I know, and I think it was like the closest that anyone's missed an accident or being part of an accident. Granted, yeah, it did involve Cletus, but I forgot what lap it was. I think it was around lap or turns 1 and 2.
Yeah.
The car was coming down, and he missed it literally by a nose hair.
Is that the same one that involved Jeremy Clements?
No.
I think so. No, it was a different one.
No.
Different one? Okay.
The one with Clements was funny. And I only say that because Adam Alexander jinxed him.
Oh,
Of all the people that have the worst, the guy that has the worst commentator's curse out of all of them is Adam Alexander, in my opinion. He has the worst, the worst one. Adam Alexander right now is our modern day Danhausen of commentating. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go into our finishing results here for the weekend, starting off with trucks. Now, funny story, when I was trying to get the truck series results, and I did tell this to the boys, Wyatt was a little bit ahead of me, but I apparently could not get the truck series results from NASCAR.com because the page itself was bugged, and it was, for whatever reason, it was directing me to a live leaderboard page that had absolutely nothing on it whatsoever. So thankfully, Sly did say something about, hey, why don't you go get the results from a different site? And I did. So I went to ESPN and they have the results for me for trucks. So starting off with trucks, we have Corey Heim in truck number 1 finishing in position number 1. Caden Honeycutt finishing in the 2nd position. Lane Riggs in 3rd. Stuart Friesen in 4th. Grant Enfinger completing your top 5. Then it's Corey Lajoie Tyler Ankrum, finishing in the 6th position. Then in 7th is Corey Lajoie. I got a little bit ahead of myself. Ty Majeski in 8th. Jake Garcia 9th. Cole Butcher rounding out your top 10. Now,
How about that? Sorry, go ahead.
there was another thing that we were actually that we should bring up here. And we shouldn't have to keep this, keep this at the back end of the show before we preview Bristol. So let's just go ahead and get this news out of the way right here, right now. So the day after we pre-recorded last week's episode, there was news that got confirmed by NASCAR and Colleague that Daniel Dye and Colleague Racing have separated. They have parted ways for the rest of the year. Well, basically, just indefinitely. So Daniel Dye, of course, I don't know if it's confirmed he's doing a road to recovery program. But in the meantime,
he back that up. No, he got reinstated.
He already got reinstated. Really?
He completed it. He got reinstated, but they still went their separate ways.
That is the fastest reinstatement I think I have ever seen in my life.
I don't know. I think it was just a week. It was just a 1 week suspension, I guess. I don't know. I don't have the full details. All I know is I did see that he got reinstated, but then they still split. They still part ways.
He got reinstated on the 31st of March.
Wow. That is actually crazy to think. But regardless of that, going back to this news, Corey Lajoie is going to be driving the 10 for the rest of the year. So that's why we saw Lajoie in the 10, and that's why we saw Ty Dillon step in to drive the number 25. And as much as we didn't like that, it was kind of understandable because Colleague's hands were kind of tied behind their back, so they didn't really have a lot of options.
And also to add on to this, Corey Lajoie will be now running for truck points. He is now switched over to truck points, so the 10 is still where it's at with owner's points, but for the driver's points, Corey Lajoie starts from the bottom, and right now, I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's Corey Lajoie just starting, so I get a little bit of a leeway on this one. He actually bumped up about for me dead last to 30 spots, which only a few drivers race, so that don't mean nothing.
He jumped up 29.
But 29, my apologies. I'm pulling it up on NASCAR.com. So
yeah, he's 32nd. He jumped up 29 spots.
Yeah. So and a bunch of these guys were drivers who only had one race and stuff. So it's nothing too surprising. But at this moment, and I went ahead and added him to the since on there they only gave 21 drivers, so I had to add one more for my 22 spot.
Yeah.
He's only 31 points from Dawson Sutton.
For anybody that is an Alex Bowman fan, this is going to be a very tough pill to swallow. Corey Lajoie moving his way up through the points to basically be caught up, if you will, is way more believable than Alex Bowman doing this. All right, continuing on here from 11th on down to 20th, it looks like this. Sammy Smith, Justin Haley, Christian Eckes, Landon Lewis, Dawson Sutton, Tanner Gray, Gio Ruggiero, or in his full name, Giovanni Ruggiero, Ben Rhodes.
You didn't do the thing.
What thing?
Car 17 finished the 17th place.
Well, yeah, that's true. Actually, I wasn't even thinking about that.
He doesn't even.
The one time.
He did it at the start.
I did it at the start. I didn't do it halfway through. But Giovanni Ruggiero in truck number 17, finishing position number 17. There you go, Wyatt. There you go. Ben Rhodes, Chris Wright, and Connor Hall complete your top 20.
The funny thing is, the look he gave about Ben Rhodes has been his arch enemy on the points wise. He can't even fault him. He can't even fault him on this one. It wasn't even his
No,
fault.
it isn't. But I'm mad at the circumstances that put him in a spot to where a point won't count for me. 21st on down to 30th. Looks like this. Luke Baldwin, Ty Dillon, Michael Christopher Jr., Daniel Hemrick, Minnie Tyrell, Parker Eatman, Brendan Queen, Spencer Boyd, Clayton Green, Timmy Hill. That's your top 30. 31st on down to 30th. Frankie Muniz. Hashtag pity point. Andreas Perez de Lara. Caleb Costner, Carson Hocevar, Adam Andretti, who went out of the race on lap 58, and Chandler Smith, who was going to finish inside the top 10, I do believe, but wound up getting disqualified, and his top 10 was stripped away from him, and he got relegated to last place.
Chandler, did you get a top 10 this weekend?
Nope.
Elijah, did you get a point for Ben Rhodes?
Nope.
Damn you, Front Row Motorsports.
Is Wyatt going to have good internet connection?
Nope.
Moving on over to the O'Reillys.
O'Reilly. Horror parts. Feelings.
At Rockingham, the results at Rockingham. William Sawalich finally nabbing his first career victory. It's about time that he actually got his first win. Brandon Jones finishing in the second position. Justin Allgaier, he's been on a roll as of late. He's third. Raja Caruth finishing in the fourth position. Carson Quapple rounds out your top 5. Sheldon Creed finishing in 6th after starting in position 9. So you get 69 there, by the way. Taylor Gray, wrong Gray. Taylor Gray finishing in the 7th position. Parker Retzlaff finishing in 8th. Ryan Sieg 9th. And Corey Day, who had himself a fantastic day, probably the best day out of anybody else besides William Sawalich. He completes your top 10. 11th on down to 20th looks like this. Austin Hill, he started 11th, by the way, and he finishes 11th. So he basically throughout the entire race, or at least between the 250 scheduled laps that were ran, he did not gain or lose any positions whatsoever, basically. Sammy Smith, Harrison Burton, Brendan Poole, LeVar Scott, Nathan Beard, Jeb Burton, Alex LeBay, Josh Williams, and J.J. Yaley rounds out your top 20. 21st on down to 30th looks like this. It's Andrew Patterson, Ryan Ellis, Blaine Perkins, Anthony Alfredo, Jeremy Clements, Brent Cruz, Jesse Love, Dean Thompson, Garrett Smithley, and Blake Lothian. He rounds out your top 30. And then finally, from 31st on down to 38th, it looks like this. Joey Gase, Cletus McFarland, Austin Green, Patrick Starr, Dawson Cram, Josh Bilicki, who was the last car running on the racetrack, and then Kyle Sieg and Sam Mayer in that order. Both of those drivers went out of the race. For Kyle Sieg, it was lap 201, and for Sam Mayer, it was lap 154.
Let's go to my segment of all the damn point. Now we do not have no cup race to cover, but we will cover both truck and the O'Reillys. So going to truck series and point this out, with Corey Heim winning, he is not part of this at all. Like we've had him last few weeks. After this, when everyone's confirmed that he is not racing for point. So if he was, he would be leading the point standings right now. But he is not. And currently leading is Caden Honeycutt, the, his previous car, Corey Corey Himes' previous car, back up top again. And he's above by 81 points. The teammates of Lane Riggs and Chandler Smith cover second and third, 70th, blah. I cannot 70 and 64 points respectively. Then we have Ty Majeski with 59, Gio Ruggiero 40, Christian Eckes 34, Ben Rhodes 29, Stuart Friesen 10, Justin Haley 5, and Tyler Ingram is only 4 points above. And currently, all the people below, currently 4 points below, is Grant Enfinger, who is making a great comeback. Jake Garcia down by 6, Tanner Gray down by 7, Andreas Perez down by 18, Cole Butcher also down by 18, Brendan Queen down by 20, Daniel Hemrick 22. Then there's a 20-point gap between him and Chris Wright down by 42. Frankie Muniz is up here. He's down by 48. Sorry, Slifer. But this is actually kind of surprising and a little sad, too. Minnie Tyrell is behind Frankie Muniz, 53 points below.
Yeah, but this is his first year in the big leagues. Frankie's been driving for what, a couple years now?
At least.
Yeah.
Dawson Sutton is down by 54 points. And as I stated, so since he's now technically full time, it was hard for me to pick out who the 22nd driver is. So I would have put Corey Lajoie in here. So he is currently 83 below. But like we talked about before, he can make this up. Like I could see him, I don't think a huge jump, but I think next week if he runs good, he could be where 20th is. And then after that, he could just start shooting up. Depends on how well he does in these races. So have a little bit of high hopes. Not a lot, but at least I do see him making the top 10 by regular season end. Trucks.
Yeah.
So going to the O'Reilly.
O'Reilly auto parts feelings.
You know, we're so used to Nathan using his own button and we expect it.
And now let's cover the O'Reilly point. So at this moment, mouse will work with me. There we go. At this moment, Justin Allgaier is still the points leader over 100. And what's the actual number? 126 points over Jesse Love.
Him and Tyler
With
Reddick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got our way early championship favorite between him, like you said, him and Reddick. So this is gonna be interesting. With Allgaier having 249 points above, Jesse Love 123, Sheldon Creed 118, Austin Hill 104. Excuse me. With our highest rookie at the moment being Corey Day with 99 points, Carson Quappo 94, Sammy Smith 87, Brandon Jones 74, Parker Retzloff still having a fantastic season, 56 above, Rajah Cruz 42, and William Sawalich, our recent winner, now jumps up in the top 12, being 41 points above, and Taylor Gray being 30 points above. And between him, the first one below is with Sam Mayer, who is 30 below, Ryan Sieg 35, Brendan Poole 41, Anthony Alfredo 46, and we have a 15-point gap between him and Jeff Burton, which is 61. Then
Fourth.
another 20. What?
Jeb Burton the fourth.
Fourth.
Oh,
What?
Yeah. If you look,
There's
okay, again, if you look, I know we've said this numerous times, even like jokingly wise. If you look on NASCAR.com, Wyatt, it will say Jeb Burton the fourth.
Oh, I forgotten about that.
It's just funny. It's like, where's the other three Jeb Burtons?
Yeah, what
We
happened
know-
to Jeb Burton 1, 2, and 3?
We know about Jeff Burton, but
It's like that that promo that Dean Ambrose delivered to EC3. Where is EC1 and 2?
yeah,
Back to this. He's 20 points between him and his teammate Blaine Perkins, who is 81. Patrick Starr being 84 points. Brent Cruz is now 89 points. Dean Thompson 91, and then his teammate Harrison Burton 98.
Hmm. I
A lot of
think
interesting names back here. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
go ahead with the interesting names then, and then I'll get to my thought.
Yeah. A lot of interesting names down here, but I can see like next few weeks, I can see this changing a little bit. Maybe not right away, maybe after like 2 or 3 races, especially if like Sam Mayer starts having some better weeks. Brent Cruz having a good, he could be up higher than this. I'd say maybe like 89. I'd say he may be where Jeb Burton is. He could have been if that bad pit stop didn't screw him up.
Yeah.
But I Brent Cruz I can see can start making his way up here. Sam Mayer can start having some good races. Dean Thompson, Harrison Burton are kind of the low on the low side of it, but they get some good races. I can see them kind of moving up too.
Yeah. Yeah. My thing with obviously Brent Cruz, given of how he's missed several races because of his age, but now being at the point that he's at where he is 18 and he is eligible to run all the races this year on a full-time basis, I definitely see him. I mean, especially with his performance at Rockingham, minus the pit stop that relegated him as far back as outside of the top 20. Brent Cruz, I think we could definitely talk about him being a potential winner in the O'Reilly Series this year. Where that win will come, I don't know. But, I mean, you'd probably have to look at other racetracks that probably have a similar resemblance to Rockingham, or maybe other tracks that he's performed well at, maybe during his time in ARCA, or maybe some of the select truck races that he might have run. But regardless of that, I mean, you could definitely see Cruz as a winner at some point this year, and maybe even multiple races, and could potentially move himself up inside of the top 12.
Now, after we got done with the points for the drivers, let's go to our points. I mentioned this on our group chat. I was the big winner of this weekend, and now I am the new leader of the points. I'm actually ahead of Stapleton by half a point. So currently I have 29 points. 29 points. Stapleton is 28.5. Excuse me. Elijah is 27 points, and then Sly is 25 points. So I'd say it's a pretty good week, and I think that's all I can say for this. Takes care of my segment of all the damn points.
Was there any other breaking stories minus the
reinstatement and the disqualified post-race inspection? I really don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, I don't really think so either. At least not from what I've seen. So, with that said, why don't we go ahead and preview Bristol for trucks O'Reilly's and Cup. What I also find funny is that I basically put all the entry lists in a little message. I just never hit enter to send out the entry lists. But
Good job.
thank you. At least they were there. But gentlemen, we're going to Bristol for the first time this year. And obviously from what we've seen from the Cup Series side, that one's going to be kind of an interesting one, given the fact that Goodyear tried to bring a tire that would have required these drivers to really, really strategically try to save their tires. But obviously the crews managed to figure out the tire. And from that point on, the race was kind of very lackluster for the spring. But coming into this year, we have all three divisions, trucks, O'Reilly's, and Cup. What do you think we're going to have to expect for this weekend?
Well, with trucks and Xfinity, we know we're going to have some great racing.
Wait, hold on. Wait. You mean
Autopilots. Feelings.
It's hard for me to still get used to it. Okay, like I'm gonna keep slipping up every now and then, so it will happen. But like with O'Reilly's and Truck Series, we always get great racing each time. We always have tempers always flare. The battles are good. Like we have good showing with those two. The Cup race is always hit or miss.
Yeah.
One is better than the other. One is either like Elijah says, like a freight train.
Yeah.
Or it's like either like the racing's good. Like we thought like the spring one of last year failed, but then like the first 20 laps of the fall race, everyone kept blowing out their tires on like the first 20 laps.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I don't care what the sponsor for this race. I know it's the Food City 500, but I'm calling it the snooze fest because I think it's still gonna be the same. You know, the fall one is always been better than the spring.
Yeah.
Even back in the late 80s, early 90s, always the fall race has always been better than the spring. I mean,
wasn't it like the 2024 that like it flip-flop, being like the spring race was good, it was all racy, then the fall one kind of flopped?
I don't remember.
I remember, I mean, back there was a time when, you know, both races were really good, spring and the night race. That both day and night races were really, really good, especially back in the Gen 4 era. But ever since we switched over to, you know, the COT, the Car of Tomorrow, it's been okay, just not really the best. And then obviously with I think it's SMI that owns Bristol. They've kind of been playing around with, you know, just trying to make the track a little bit more racy. I mean, there was a night, I mean, remember 2012? They messed up by putting the groove on the outside line. And that's been that way for a while, but it worked. It kind of worked for basically for what it did, for what it was. And it was a hit for a little bit, but ever since, you know, as of recently, they put down PJ1 to try to make Bristol a multi-groove track. They shaved banking off, which I'm not a fan of that. But no, you know, ever since the next gen came around, you know, for the Cup side, it has been unfortunately very lackluster. And, you know, it's just because of the short track package that we're all very aware of how ridiculous it really is. You can barely race with it at some tracks. North Wilkesboro, I think it would probably be the only exception because of the All-Star race that we had last year. That one wasn't too bad. But given the fact of Bristol though, Bristol has just been one of those places where it's been messed up track-wise so bad. And the cars do not race all that well there anyway. I mean, like, sometimes it's kind of just, to Wyatt's point, it's hit or miss on which race, whether it be day or night, is the better one. I'm hoping that this weekend is better, but I don't know.
Just imagine this, okay? And I watched a little bit on YouTube. It was the 1989 Bristol race. Just imagine these next gen cars on a asphalt Bristol. Do you think it'd be a lot better?
I would think so. Concrete, I don't think is bad. I just don't think it races. I don't think the cars would really race as well on concrete as they would on asphalt. I mean, obviously the only other exception would be Dover, but you know,
stupid all-star race this year.
but no, yeah. I mean, asphalt Bristol, I think, you know, in a lot of cases was better than what concrete Bristol is now. So, I mean, maybe at some point, I don't know when, I'm hoping it's sooner rather than later, SMI can really kind of just do the research on how the cars race on concrete Bristol versus asphalt and maybe lean the other way.
They got to do something.
Absolutely. And hopefully sooner rather than later. But alrighty, gentlemen, and to everyone else, ladies and gentlemen that are currently watching on YouTube or listening to this on Spotify, let's go ahead and get on down into our predictions for this weekend with all three divisions being at Bristol. Some notable entries here as we go into the truck entry list. Corey Heim is back. We have Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 4. Kyle Busch is back in the 7. We also have Christopher Bell in the 62. Daniel Suarez in the 71. Carson Hocevar back in the truck. Are you surprised with that? As far as O'Reilly's, we've talked about it off the air rather. I don't even know what I'm saying because my brain is lagging. Connor Zilic is in the 1, Kyle Larson in the 88. So those are really the two notable entries for the O'Reilly side. So this weekend is going to be kind of interesting in that regard. But here we go for our predictions. For those that are brand new to the show and are not exactly sure how we make our picks, here's how we do them. We give you a driver who we think is going to win. Pretty self-explanatory there. The driver to stay away from is the driver that hasn't been doing well the last couple of weeks, or we're just coming up to a track where they don't really perform all that well at, whether statistically or in general. The dark horse is the exact opposite. And as you see the points, reviewing them one more time on the bottom left-hand side of your screen, I don't know exactly what we're going to be in for, but fingers crossed.
Stapleton's picks.
We have ourselves a good weekend, especially on the Cup side. But with that said, why don't we go ahead and get on down into it? Let's go ahead, before we get into our picks, let's read Nathan Stapleton's. Let's visit his for a minute. Heading into this weekend, starting off with trucks, his dark horse is Kyle Busch. His driver to stay away from is Andreas Perez.
Hashtag pity point.
And driver to win is Corey Heim.
I was just saying this before we get to like the he's already working up these half points already.
My personal hope is that he racks up the half points, that way we can get back to whole points for him. Because
I think this is Stapleton's first hashtag pity point.
Maybe. Let's continue on here. For O'Reilly's, his dark horse, he chose Brent Cruz. His driver to stay away from is Sam Mayer. And his driver to win, Kyle Larson.
I did that backwards.
What?
Ignore me. I just did something backwards. Just ignore me.
Nice job.
Continue on the cup.
Nice job. But for his cup predictions, his dark horse is Brad Keselowski. His driver to stay away from is Connor Zilic. And his driver to win, you guessed it, Kyle Larson.
Is anyone surprised?
No. Look at his profile picture. Just look at his profile picture. All right. Sly, take it away, man. Out of the three of us, you're up first.
All right. So, my dark horse. I'm actually going to take Ty Majeski for my dark horse.
I like that.
Stay away from. I'm going to have to. Actually, I'm going to go with Cole Butcher. I mean, one good race don't make much. But my driver to win. I'm going to go with Corey Heim. Are we surprised? No.
No.
And now for the O'Reillys. I got the entry list up in front of the thing. Okay. Gotta make his day.
No. Thank you.
Auto parts. Feelings.
Thank you.
My dark horse is gonna be Austin Hill.
Okay.
Much safe to say he's not in the 88, so my stay away is gonna be Raja. But, and I'm going back riding on this train. I think my driver to win is going to be Justin Allgaier.
All right.
And now for the Snooze Fest 500. My dark horse. This is going to be... Nah, I can't go. No. I think he might show up. I'm going to take Connor Zilic.
That's interesting.
My stay away from Bubba Wallace. Here's what's funnier. My driver to win is his 2311 teammate.
Ooh.
Tyler Reddick.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's actually pretty good.
Okay.
Of all the drivers who love going on the high side dirt racers, I want to specify when I say that, he's the only one that has not won Bristol.
But also
Larson
he's on this hot streak. Granted, they had a week off.
Exactly.
You know. So.
All right. Well, Wyatt.
I like that.
You're up next. I had to do it just once.
Oh, thank you. That saves the breath for me.
I'm going a little. I don't want to say risky, but I want to give it a shot. I don't know if we even covered this. Did we even talk about who's in the 25 for Colleague Racing?
Oh,
In
yeah.
the truck series?
There he is.
Carson Ferguson, the one who went runner-up to Mini Tri-Rail in the deal. And he was a good competitor.
Wait,
Honestly?
I thought he was supposed to be in the Fall Martinsville race.
Yes, but they're doing it a little early. I think they're giving it a precursor. So he is in the Carson Ferguson in the 25, and you know what? Honestly, if he proves me wrong, that's fine. This is his first race, but screw it. Give me Carson Ferguson as my dark horse.
Doesn't he have a short track background?
Yes, he does. About almost every one of those guys, except for one that had go-kart background, all have at least somewhat short track background.
Yeah.
Damn.
It would be late models or other ones I can't remember what's on my head, but I was happy when I heard about that. I'm like, you know what? Let's see how Carson Ferguson does. I'll give him a little bit of a nudge. See how he does.
Can you imagine if those two got near each other?
Now here's where I become an asshole. My stay away's mini. my stay away's mini.
Are you guys ever gonna join my bandwagon here for the truck series?
So
Partially.
what bandwagon is that?
I couldn't use him today. I used him last week.
None of us is going to pick Frankie Muniz. Unless we're that desperate in points that we need like him.
I mean, I am, but I couldn't pick him.
You're the only one that picks him. The only time we probably pick him is for a one-off at like a Talladega, maybe a Dark Horse or something, just out of the blue, because like it's a super speedway.
Yeah.
Like that'll be the only time you'll catch us like picking Frankie Muniz.
Oh, you mean
No
like
offense.
Stapleton and Kyle Larson?
Yeah. Well, that's a stay away mainly, but my driver to win. This one is kind of tough. There's a name, I'm not picking it, but there's another name I don't know if you mentioned, that's also racing in the 71.
Yeah, I said
Daniel
Suarez. Yeah, I said
did.
Suarez.
Okay, I guess I missed that. Truck race is like full.
I might have missed Ross Chastain though, actually.
Yeah, Ross Chastain, Bell's in here. This one's kind of.
That's why truck is better than Cup in the spring.
I'm not picking up. I'm still going with my deal. I'm not picking a Cup regular.
Wait, you don't want that half point?
No, I don't want no half point. Stapleton wants to use the half points, go for it. I'm not one that likes doing it. Believe it or not, I'm not sure I want to join in on the Heim bandwagon,
Not this time.
but I'm not sure if there's anyone else. Well, screw it. I'll join in on the bandwagon. It's like I really don't see anyone else besides Elite. Any of the other leeches gonna win. So, besides that, I have no choice to join in on this one. I can't think of anyone else. I don't want to pick him for the third time in a row, but it's like I have no other option at this point with all the different ones. Like I can make an argument. I could have made an argument at Rockingham. I just chose him to win.
Yeah.
It's like I don't have a choice on it. I don't have a choice on Bristol, sadly enough. For the O'Reilly series, this one's going to be a little bit interesting. My dark horse, I'll give him a little bit of love. I'll give it Sheldon Creed.
Oh, okay.
Sheldon Creed finished second last year at the fall Bristol race, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot who he lost to, but I know it was second. I think it may have been Austin Hill. No, it wasn't Austin Hill. Maybe been Allgaier. I don't remember who won that race.
Somebody did.
Yeah, somebody did. I know both teammates finished second and third. So, my driver to stay away from. He's had a good few weeks, but I think I'm gonna go back to to the Brandon Jones bandwagon here. Got a few weeks, but Bristol, I don't really think has been one of his best tracks. So I'm gonna go back to the Brandon Jones bandwagon. My driver to win. This is hard. Yeah, okay, Connor Zillich.
Wyatt. I don't like using all the half points. Also Wyatt. All right, Connor Zillich.
No. Connor's on a half point. He has to have a. You have to have a win. You have to have a cup win to be considered the half point.
That's true. Yeah.
But he's a full-time cup driver, though. I thought that was.
No, it's how we discussed this, and I think Elijah could back me up on this. If you're full time, but you don't have a cup win, your point is still a full point. That's what we've done that for years, right?
I could have picked Kosovar in the trucks.
No, I mean, that's what we're doing for this year, but in previous years that we did points, if it was just a full-time cup driver in general that won a lower level race, it was a half point.
Okay. Then never mind then. I've always had to deal. Well, to me, I've always said, like, if you're not considered a leech if you haven't won a cup race yet. And that's my whole thing.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then I'm gonna go with the driver. Actually, yeah, we'll try this. I'm gonna go with a driver that should be in his car number. Carson Quapple.
Okay.
He's been
It's still junior motorsports.
It's still junior motorsports, yes. But let's see. Now for the Cup Series. This one is kind of a little bit interesting. I don't think he'll win, but I know he's going to do good. I'm going with the fall winner, Christopher Bell. It's my dark horse. He's always like, he's either winning or he's like mid in there in the Bristol race. But I'm going with him as my dark horse. My driver to stay away from. I'll go Michael McDowell. He's having a good run, but I don't think he's one of his best tracks. I'll go Michael McDowell here. My driver to win. This one's tough. You know what? Hendricks is going to go back to back, and I'm actually going to agree with Stapleton. I got Larson. Hendricks has had a slow start to the year. They finally broke it with Chase Elliott winning a couple weeks ago. This is where you normally see Hendrick dominance come back. And what better place for another one to win is Kyle Larson at Bristol. So I think we're going to have he's going to go back to back in the spring races. I'm going to agree with Stapleton and go with Larson.
Okay. Well, alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is officially my turn for this one, for this week predictions. Starting off with trucks. Driver to win the Bristol race for the Truck Series side. And this is, I mean, yeah, I don't think there's really any other obvious favorite here. Give it to Corey Hahn. The moment you see Corey Haim's name go on the entry list, it's just GG's from there. You're just there racing for points while Haim is just
the next race.
Yep, pretty much. My driver to stay away from, though, I don't think it's really going to be that surprising here. My driver to stay away from, Mini Tyrell. Mini Tyrell. It's going to be my driver to stay away from. You kind of be shocked with this dark horse, though. Actually, I think I'm going to go with... I'm torn between two. There's an obvious one, and then there's one that I feel like could still shake things up pretty interestingly. But I think I'm going to go with the more obvious one. Give it to Caden Honeycutt. He's my dark horse. The other one that I was thinking about, was Brendan Queen.
Oh, Butterbean.
Yeah, Butterbean. All right.
Good old Butterbean was going to be my other dark horse. But since Caden Honeycutt has actually been doing exceptionally well this year, he unfortunately is going to play second fiddle to Corey Haim again.
Is it fun? Here's what's funny. I talk praise about like Corey Lajoie. Y'all agree with like Corey Lajoie being like he'd be up there and chasing, yet none of us decided to pick it.
Yeah.
He picked almost all of his teammates except for Justin Haley.
Yes, exactly. All right, now moving on over to the O'Reilly Series race.
O'Reilly. Horror parts. Feelings.
I was not expecting that. Okay. Goodness gracious. Let's do a take two to that one. Let's do a take two to that one. And now moving over to the NASCAR. Really? The one time that I'm actually expecting it, now he doesn't play it.
O'Reilly. Horror parts. Feelings.
At Bristol. Thank you.
I got distracted. Okay.
Yeah, hey, you're welcome, by the way.
Oh my goodness. All right. We're starting off with the driver to win. I think I'll say, to be honest, I think I'll say Justin Allgaier is going to be my driver to win for this one. As I've mentioned, Allgaier has been on a roll all throughout this year. 3 times. He's the only driver that has won 3 times this year, especially this early in the going. So I'm going to say Allgaier is going to add win number 4 to his resume. My driver to stay away from for this weekend, I will get on the Brandon Jones train for this one. And this one I think is going to stick. Because every time, and this is a very well-known fact for anybody that has been following the show for a long time, whenever I choose Brandon Jones as a driver to stay away from, he does well. Whenever I choose him as a dark horse or a driver to win, he crashes. His engine blows up. He has a mechanical failure.
Same thing with Ben Rhodes in the Truck Series.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, so Ben Rhodes is like the Brandon Jones of the Truck Series. Brandon Jones is the Brandon Jones of the O'Reilly Series.
Or he just gets unlucky that one driver DQs and then hits his thing.
But my dark horse actually is going to be Corey Day. I don't think he'll win, but I do believe that, with all this momentum that he's had, I think it's seven consecutive top 10s this year. 7 straight.
Believe that.
I mean, he'll definitely be able to keep that momentum up, though. That's for sure. So give me Corey Day as my dark horse. And now, it's time for the main event. And a cut. I saw that. The 66th annual Food City 500, or as Sly would like to call it, the Snooze Fest 500, at the Bristol Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Cup Series. Here we go.
Before he makes this pick, I love the fact that like now after we pointed out to him, he's watching for it every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all should not have said a thing. My driver to win, though. Ooh. You know, I'm kind of torn. This is kind of an interesting weekend here. I'm going to say for my driver to win, this is actually a racetrack that he has performed pretty well at, and I'm going to actually roll the dice with this one. This is a racetrack where he could have gotten his first career win at, just but some 2 years ago. Give me Ty Gibbs as the driver to win.
Ooh, was not expecting that.
Nor was I, and I find this funny that he's picking Ty Gibbs to win.
Of course you do.
You are, no, you know why I say this. Slifer, I don't know, Slifer does. When it was just me, him, and Stapleton a few weeks ago when he was so racing in the Xfinity at the time.
Good catch.
He did not.
Nah,
I don't think he still cares. I don't think he still cares for him as much now, but he's perturbed. But he ever since like Martinsville of that year, he has not.
I did not like him all through ever since he moved up to O'Reilly's back in 2021, 22. And that was at a point where it was just me and you.
Yes. Me and you will even had some guests every now and
Yeah,
then.
do you remember there was a episode that I can recall at that time, and this is me pointing out probably the dumbest thing ever of like, do you remember there was a racer, her name was Julie Landauer or something. This is at New Hampshire.
Maybe.
They were saying, like, the announcers at the time were saying, like, because she got caught up in a wreck on the front stretch, and it's just like, oh man, she should have been up closer to the wall because, you know, she should have had that spot covered. Meanwhile, you have guys like Ty Gibbs, for instance, that are running the literal middle of the racetrack, not even close to the outside wall, not even close to it. And I crashed out over that because it's like,
Crashed out worse than the Wyatt's internet.
yes, but that was so stupid. Of how they're saying, oh, she needed to be closer to the wall. Meanwhile, you look at Ty Gibbs; he's not even close to the wall at all. Allgaier, I don't think was even close to the wall at all. Nobody was even close to the wall at all. I might as well be the Dr. Seuss of NASCAR if I keep saying that stuff.
I just find it funny because like for the longest time, like even me, when Stapleton joined in, we've always made jokes saying like, Elijah driver to win. Ty Gibbs, no. But a lot of the time, and now he goes here, and I think he did it a couple weeks before. It didn't really catch on until now. It's like now, Ty Gibbs, potential winner. Yes.
Yeah, because when he got up to Cub, that's when you know that he's gonna have his hands full. He's gonna have a challenge on his hands.
So pretty much, Ty Gibbs got humbled.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why I don't mind him as much now. My driver to stay away from, focusing back in on this.
Yeah.
Driver to stay away from, Cole Custer.
Knew it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
See, if you notice though, Wyatt, Elijah's Cole Custer is like me with Frankie Muniz.
Yeah, but you don't beat around the bush with that.
No.
He does it every other, like almost. He usually flips between him and Bubba Wallace, but Bubba's actually doing pretty good this year, so I don't know if he's going to pick him as much this year.
Yeah.
But of course, we all know, if anyone's watched at the beginning of the year, that a rule got implemented because of me. Just saying.
My dark horse. You might find this pretty interesting here. With his recent success as of late with ovals, I'm gonna go with SVG as my dark horse. Yes, I see that eyebrow raise. You're just like, are you crazy? You've got to be the dumbest SOB on the face of NASCAR just for saying SVG is your dark horse at Bristol, no less.
I mean, I've known this even before you said that pick, but what?
Yeah, exactly. What? But I only say SVG because I'm going bold. I'm going bold with this one. Because yeah, I mean, the SVG has been doing a lot better in the ovals. It is clear as day that he's coming around. Bristol, I feel like he could come around.
You know why? He is not in the 88. Sorry, Zilich, but just saying.
Do you think the 88's now cursed because Dale Jr.'s not driving it?
Yes. I think it's been cursed since Dale Jr.'s been driving it.
No, since he got out of it.
Jeff Gordon did decent in the 88.
Yeah.
When he raced it.
Oh, my goodness. But alrighty, gentlemen. We have done everything that we needed to do. We've talked about Rockingham. We've gone over some of our breaking stories. We made our predictions, vice versa. So the only other question that I have, gentlemen, is any final thoughts before we get the Bristol weekend underway?
Wake me up when the cup race is over.
All right, Billy Armstrong. Green Day reference.
Hey, nothing wrong with Green Day.
No, nothing wrong with Green Day at all.
I mean, they take a long hiatus, and we got to wake them up when September ends.
Yeah.
Mine's just one race.
Well, all I gotta say is, it's Bristol, baby. Let's go racing.
We're Bristol, baby. Well, that pretty much is going to do it for this episode of GTN. Again, for the news that is coming up this Saturday, if you're not in the Clan 11 Discord, please go ahead and join the Discord. Also join the WLA Discord as well in order to keep up with the racing stuff going on in that league. But if you guys want to support the channel, support the show, be sure to hit the like button and be sure to consider subscribing to the 11 Podcast channel. And also be sure to go over to the GTN page on Spotify, hit the follow button over there so that you don't miss future episodes that drop every Thursday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Spotify and right here on YouTube. On behalf of Slifer and as well as my co-host Wyatt, I'm Elijah Leonard signing out, and we'll catch you all on the very next episode of Gamers Talk NASCAR.
See y'all.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to tonight's episode of Gamers Talk NASCAR. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to hit that follow button so you don't miss a future episode throughout the NASCAR season. And as always, we'll catch you on the next one every Thursday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.